Hey guys, Harry Thomas here, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my first top 5 best movies of a summer video in 4 freaking years since 2019. First one of the 2020s decade. I mean, summer 2020 was the single most empty and worst summer for movies ever. I mean, it didn't help that the world was in the worst stages of the pandemic at the time. In summer 2020, were counting on old releases just to stay running and were so empty you could literally hear crickets chirping. Summer 2021 was an improvement for sure, but the COVID restrictions still very much applies. Summer 2022 was even better, with COVID becoming much less harmful at that point. But even so, August was, well, practically empty of movies. So even that summer didn't have enough movies for me to do this summer series. So it's crazy to think that the COVID pandemic prevented me from making one of these videos for 4 years. But this summer, well, has been near perfection for summer blockbusters. Best summer since summer 2019, and I called it when I said it would be. With this summer containing my favorite movie of the decade in general, and you all know what that is. Without further ado, if you want to know my top 5 favorite movies of summer 2023, then just keep watching. Oh, and before that, here are some honorable mentions. Oppenheimer, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Blue Beetle, and Mutant Mayhem, all highly enjoyable movies, and they nearly made the top 5. Now let's get into the proper top 5. At number 5, The Flash. Yes, my this will be my most disagreed upon pick on this list, I know, but it's my list, my rules. I know you're all gasping, thinking, Harry, you are seriously putting the Flash above Blue Beetle. I mean, to me, the Flash, well, was more ambitious and more and bigger budget than Blue Beetle. Plus, it has more iconic characters, particularly Sasha Cale as Supergirl. Though she has 30 minutes of screen time as she steals the entire freaking show and deserves a big Supergirl movie. And Michael Keaton lost none of his mojo as Batman, even as he is going grey now. And the narrative of the Flash I found extremely emotional. How Barry just wanted to, well, save his mother's life and prove his father's innocence, but had to face the fact that he could not control the laws of time, or change a time. And even with Ezra Miller's criminal record, he is still darn right excellent playing both Barry Allens. And I think this is the one time DC has done a time travel story. So I think The Flash personally deserves more credit, despite it being the biggest DC bomb and superhero bomb in movie history. I'm sure over time it will be appreciated as as a underrated gem. At number 4, another movie that tanked at the box office, but that I will defend till no end. Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken. Maybe the most underrated DreamWorks movie of all time now. I think Animat in particular, in his critical analysis, was way too harsh on it, and I think this movie still keeps up with DreamWorks' return to form age, and after the shitty era they had in 2020 and 2021. I'd even take Ruby Gillman over Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and The Bad Guys, Subi, but I I think Ruby herself is one of DreamWorks' most kick-ass protagonists. She's just an innocent teenager who's unfairly being involved in the ongoing conflict between her mother, Agatha, and her grandmother, Queen of the Kraken Kingdom. She does try and do a good thing and end the war between Krakens and mermaids, even if it was in vain. And Chelsea as Narissa, I mean, wow, she is a far better twist villain than the majority of Disney ones, because you initially are fully on board with her and Ruby's friendship, uh, and also that's final battle, one of the top 10 DreamWorks climaxes. It's earth shattering. I would love us to get a Ruby Gilman franchise, even though it's not looking likely now because of this movie's box office failure. But Ruby Gilman to me is still DreamWorks' best movie since How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World. At number three, Pixar's biggest hiss of this decade thus far, Elemental, and thank heavens its box office was saved with its UK release, and once word of mouth got out that it's actually good, Peter Song puts his blood, sweat, and tears into making a beautiful love story, well, based around his immigration background. The film handles the themes of immigration and people of two different races falling in love so maturely, and steal the show. Now, one of the go-to Pixar songs. You will steal the show. Da, 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 da. And speaking of characters who steal the show, Ember steals the entire show. She may be Pixar's most drop-dead gorgeous female leader to date, and she showed in a segregated world that's, two elements and two opposite families, one more strict and one more fun-loving, can mix. Plus elements, Sissy is beyond detailed and breathtaking, and Wade's almost death in the finale. I mean, is a Pixar ending that will choke everybody up. It would have been complete and utter sacrilege if this just went straight to Disney Plus, and this was Pixar's best possible return to form after Lightyear. At number two, damn, there are three animated movies on my top five this summer alone. I mean, whoa, animation was unstoppable this summer. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the epic and perfect sequel to the most incredible Spider-Man movie, Into the Spider-Verse, and my current favorite animated movie of the year. I mean, I wish could take its throne, but for now, Across the Spider-Verse went across our expectations with animation that totally blows your socks off, and goodness knows how Sony are going to outdo this with Beyond the Spider-Verse, Gwen's mini movie in the first opening minutes of the movie. That was the best thing I had ever seen in any Spider-Man movie, and Miles really making his own choices and clashing with Miguel made for riveting conflicts, and Peter with his daughter baby Parker, well, was the cutest thing. Oh, and that's a cliffhanger will have you talking about it for the entirety of the build up to Beyond the Spider-Verse, with Miles finding in an alternative universe Uncle Aaron is alive and the Prowler is another him. Holy shit! Oh, and even the Spots is now a far more relevant Spider-Man villain than he ever was after this film. Across the Spider-Verse was my number one movie at the summer for just a month until one dethroned it. And my number one favorite movie of summer 2023 is, you all guessed it, so the very millisecond this video began, I'm always yours, Barbie. Barbie is the true top class movie of the 2020s decade, not just this year. And there's no single way any movie that follows later this year is going to take its spot from my number one. My all-time favorite actress, Margot Robbie, completely and utterly slays as a stereotypical Barbie, and she's now one of my top five movie protagonists. I adore her that much. She goes from living, well, a perfect life to being open to a non-perfect one as when she becomes human and sees the real world, and brings gender equality to Barbie Land and brings a distant mother and daughter closer. When she learns to cry, you cry your heart out with her. And Ryan Gosling is stereotypical Ken. Well, one of the most hilarious and thought-provoking movie villains that you'll ever see. Margot and Ryan are just to show that nobody could play Barbie and Ken except them. And Gloria and Sasha being the other best characters in the movie. If there's one thing Greta Gerwig always hits the nail on the head on, it's mother and daughter stories, and Gloria and Sasha learning to get closer again through Barbie is extremely heartwarming. And it's about time we've seen America Ferrera get work after How to Train Your Dragon, and Barbie Land itself is one of the prettiest cinematic worlds ever put to film, all designed practically. The soundtrack I have been rocking in my head every single day since this movie's release. I've seen this movie twice now, and the soundtrack just gets better and better, from Lizzo Pink, which is the best movie opening song since The Circle of Life from Lion King. We like avocados, but Pink just looks so good on us. Dance the night away, and oh Barbie, you're so fine, you blow my mind, getting in the speed drive, and of course, I'm just Ken. But my literal favorite is, of course, Billie Eilish's "What Was I Made For?" And the scene with the old lady on the bench, Greta Gerwig thankfully refused to cut that scene and stood her ground against the studio. Good on her. We need more directors like Greta, because the film would have been weakened had they removed that scene. Huge congrats to this movie on now being the highest grossing movie of 2023 and the highest grossing Warner Brothers movie. So I am proud to call Barbie the best movie of summer 2023. So yeah, that was my top five favorite movies of this summer, and I don't see how summer 2024 is going to top this summer. It may be a step down from this summer, but that's okay. Not every summer for movies can be great, but I'm sure I'll still be able to do a top five that year. Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this top five. And what are your top five movies of summer 2023? Please comment and let me know. Boy, am I hyped to see your picks. So please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram, and I'll see you next time when I share my most disappointing and worst movies of summer 2023. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.